How many times have we told ourselves, I'll do it later? I'll start when I'm ready. I'll move when timing feels perfect. But the truth is, the perfect time will never come. I've come to realize life will always be noisy and circumstances will always shift. There will always be reasons to delay, especially if you're a parent. But for me, there's something beautiful about deciding the time is now, despite what I may or may not see before me, because that's when everything changes. And holding off a lot of times and saying later, or deciding success will come at this one pivotal moment that is somewhere in the future, is honestly a recipe for disaster. And for me, a part of being superior is enjoying the life you live where you are right now. So, personally, I've decided to stop waiting and I have chosen to move. And this podcast is the proof of my next chapter on continuing on this road of becoming superior. Hey everyone, welcome to our very first episode and very first season of Superior Conversations. I am your host, Denise Hunter, better known as Coco Brown, and I'm extremely excited to share this moment with you guys. This is the birth of a space where purpose, truth, and possibility collide. Before I begin, I want to thank God because none of this would be possible without Him. I want to thank my amazing husband and my wonderful friend and show producer, Jasmine, my family, and my friends who keep me motivated and reminded of why I do what I do. So let's get into it. For those of you who don't know me and is like, who is she? She doesn't even go here. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, an entrepreneur, and yes, I'm a corporate baddie too. I'm a Pisces, i.e., I was born a big dreamer. There's no dream too big if you believe. And I'm also very intentional, grounded in who I am, and I'm extremely committed to becoming a better version of myself daily. So I tell my therapist, I don't always think I'm right, but I do think I approach things with logic. So I'm always one who welcomes a fresh perspective and challenges my way of thinking to push me further into the woman who I'm trying to become. I believe that life is lived in seasons, and every season requires us to be intentional, to surrender to God or whoever your higher power is, and to have the courage to believe that our reality is shaped by what we choose and what we believe and the decisions that we make. And if I can be real with you for a moment, like any other mom, I honestly just desire a really good nap. I could take multiple naps a day, but I keep going because I know that I'm living in my purpose. And this is my opportunity to introduce you to the woman behind the journey, the woman who is choosing to show up every day with integrity, with a good heart, and with divine purpose. So, why this podcast? I wanted to start a podcast honestly for years, and for years it just didn't work out. The timing honestly just wasn't right. But in this season, I felt like I kept hearing God saying, you have to share your next season of becoming superior out loud. Not only are you doing your thing, you do have a story to tell. You know, we live in such a noisy world right now, and easily the past 5 years have been all noise. And I can see and relate to the gap. People are searching for clarity, for discipline, perspective, and for some of us, just our own lane to be authentic and show up in what feels comfortable to us without having to give in to like the craziness of society. And that's what this space is about. It's about igniting what's already inside of you. The belief that you were given dominion, the belief that you have the capacity to be great and achieve all things you desire despite the hand you were dealt. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's not a one, two, three done because I've counted to three a few times and, we still working on it. But with the right mindset, the right discipline, strategy, commitment, resilience, and God's alignment, everything is possible. And like for me, when I named the brand Superior, I didn't realize at first how much of a demand this was going to be, how much I was going to honestly have to transform. Attaching my name to a brand name Superior meant I can't show up as anything less. Can't have people saying, she's saying she's superior, but it's giving mid. And this podcast is just, a continuation and expansion of that journey. So, what can you expect here on Superior Conversations? We're going to talk about systems and processes that has helped others and myself simplify our lives and raise our standards. We're going to talk about what it means to rewire your mind from moments of unfairness and chaos to walking boldly and with a superior mindset. We'll talk about living intentionally and faith and surrendering and about discipline and growth. And I'm sure we'll discover new things along the way. And it won't just be me. As I said before, we're going to be bringing on guests, everyday people I know personally who have these same conversations with, who are doing extraordinary things in their lives. You'll hear their stories, their struggles, and their victories. Now, the tone, we're going motivational, practical, entertaining, and real raw and authentic. When you leave an episode of Superior Conversations, my goal is that you feel inspired, that you've heard a new perspective that has challenged the way you think. I want you to feel like you've been hugged by encouragement, but also stirred enough to move differently, to dream bigger, to raise your own personal standard. And I'm making this for the person who's just like me. I love starting my mornings with getting ready, with listening to a podcast like the one I'm creating. So I hope to start the morning off with y'all. So if this resonates with you, I want to invite you to subscribe, to follow, to join me on this journey. And don't keep it to yourself. Share the podcast with someone you love, someone you know who's already ready to shift their mindset and step into something greater. And this is only the beginning. Next episode, you'll hear from someone I know very personally who's living out what it means to move superior in their own life and in their own way. So you do not want to miss it. As we close today, I want you to remember this. Being superior is not about being perfect or being better than anyone else. It's about believing in yourself, aligning with God, and showing up every day to take control of your life, making history on purpose. So dream big, then dream bigger, and stay superior. Thank you for being here on our very first episode. I cannot wait to see the superior life you create.